Hey boss, another Sonic drawing? Yeah, but this one's different. Oh yeah? Oh, did you slightly change the length of the quills? Actually, Sonic's quills vary depending on the arrow that— Guys, I redesigned the entire team. Hello guys, Rafif here, and today I redesigned Team Sonic. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why redesign them? They already look great. And yeah, that's exactly why this was hard. So instead of just changing them to be different, I approached this as if it was a soft reboot to the franchise. Not a full reset like Sonic Boom, you big piece of dog shit. But more like, what if these characters grew from what they've been through all of these years? I mean, it's the series' 35th anniversary this year, and it's been 17 years since Sega first used this 3D model. P.S. This is future Rafif here, editing the video, and turns out there was a rumor that Sonic's actually getting a new 3D model this year. So yeah, I think that's great. But it'll definitely just be an updated model of his current design and not a new design. So yeah. And to really sell that idea, I didn't just redesign them. I made character bios, expression charts, and even a height chart too. Because it's details like that makes these characters feel like real people, or I guess anthropomorphic animals in this case. Let's start with the blue blur himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. When redesigning him, I tried to keep his silhouette mostly the same because he is probably the fictional character with the most iconic silhouette, probably behind Mickey Mouse or something with those two big circle ears. I added a scarf to make him feel more adventurous, and I made his fur color more darker because I definitely think, like many other Sonic fans, that the darker blue he has in the adventure era games look way better than the lighter blue he has in the modern games. But one of the most important details that I added is the bracelet. Now, if you're a new Sonic fan that just got into the series in the 2020s, you're probably confused and thinking, why does Sonic have a random bracelet? But if you're a big Sonic lore nerd like me, you would know that this is Chip's necklace from Sonic Unleashed, released in 2008. In this game, Sonic befriends this little fairy creature named Chip. Well, that's not actually his real name. He got amnesia at the start of the game when we meet him. He's actually Light Gaia, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole that we don't have time to explain in this video. The important thing you need to know is that Chip sacrifices himself at the end of the game, and Sonic keeps his necklace and wears it as a bracelet. But after this game, he never wore it again in any of the future games. Not in Sonic Frontiers, not in Sonic Forces, not in Lost World, or any other game that come after Sonic Unleashed. Apparently, he keeps it in his house that appeared in Sonic and the Secret Rings, I believe. Or was it Black Knight? Well, he keeps it in one of the storybook games. I don't remember which one because I always get those two games mixed up. He keeps it in his house to not get it dirty or broken. But later on, Sega also confirmed that Sonic doesn't have a home. He's basically a homeless person. So, where does he keep the bracelet now? So in this soft reboot, Sonic actually wears the bracelet at all times. So Chip can be a part of all of his adventures in the future in spirit. Here's the character bio that I made for him. Sonic is a free-spirited hedgehog that never stops moving, but keeps reminders of his past adventures wherever he goes. And here's his expression chart. I wanted to balance his cocky and playful energy with a bit of an emotional side, but he usually just keeps that side to himself. You'll see all of his confident expressions with his smirks, but also see his more calm and even sad expressions in this chart. Cause this Sonic doesn't just go from adventure to adventure, he remembers. Next up, it's the boy genius Miles Prower, also known as Tails if you don't know. And yes, that's actually his legal name. It's a pun on miles per hour, which I think is pretty funny. He's always being called a genius, so I actually want him to look like one in this design. So I gave him goggles and a tool belt, which is a reference to Sonic Boom, which still sucks by the way. And also a backpack, which is a reference to the movies. But I made it blue instead of yellow to match his blue shoes. Yes, Tails actually has blue shoes in my design. Many people redesign Tails to have blue shoes, not only to more differentiate him from Sonic, but also to reference this miscolored old artwork of the two, where Tails had blue shoes. And yes, it is miscolored. It wasn't an old design detail. With all of these accessories, now I think he actually feels like someone who's constantly tinkering at his workshop. No, not you, Mr. Tinker. Here's his character bio that I made for him. A young boy who's no longer just keeping up with his friends, but actually is building a new future for him and others. In this expression chart, you'll see his fearful and excited expressions, thinking or confused expressions, nervous or overwhelmed expressions, and his serious and determined side. Cause this Tails doesn't just follow Sonic around, he is his own hero even without Sonic, and is a genius that can go on par with Dr. Eggman. And he's actively solving his own problems. And finally, we have the Guardian of the Master Emerald, Knuckles the Echidna. For this redesign, I took some inspirations from his Treasure Hunter design, which is one of his skins from Sonic Speed Simulator, and I tried to make him look more experienced and rugged. I added bandages, which also is a reference to Sonic Boom, but that still sucks by the way. I added his belt and shovel claw gloves from his Treasure Hunter skin, and who could forget his iconic cowboy hat from the Sonic OVA, which, fun fact, is the first ever Sonic movie released in the 1990s. It was released way before the Paramount movies in the 2020s. With this redesign, I wanted him to look like he's been guarding the Master Emerald his entire life. Here's his character bio that I made for him. Ahem. Knuckles is a hardened guardian, shaped by time. He's strong, vigilant, and always ready to defend the most powerful artifact in the world, the Master Emerald. Now, his expressions are definitely more intense than Sonic or Tails. You could see his anger, aggression, a confident and slightly intimidating grin, his stoic and calm expressions, and even some suspicion. I want him to feel less naive and gullible to be tricked by Eggman, and more guarded at all times. And here's the whole team lineup in the height chart. Sonic sits right in the middle. Tails is on the smaller side to emphasize that he's younger than most of the cast. And Knuckles is the tallest, giving him that strong and grounded presence. It's a small detail, but it immediately emphasized the team dynamic immediately. Across all of these designs, I followed one rule, with Sonic keeping his memories, Tails showing his growth, and Knuckles showing his experience. Not just who they are, but what they've been through. Okay, yeah, I'll admit it. These designs are amazing, boss. Yeah, I agree. The inclusion of detailed character sheets significantly. Anyway, so which redesigns were your guys' favorites? Definitely Knuckles. He actually looks tough now. Oh yeah? Well, I actually prefer the emotional nuance of Sonic. Okay guys, that's all for today. Be sure to comment down below which redesign was your favorite. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. This is Rafif signing off. Bye!